So hi everyone, it's me, Shadow Lefty here, and for today's video, I am going to be doing a reaction to another Gearisco. If you ever see this reaction, I just want to be saying I'm very sorry if I butchered your name, or even just said your name wrong. But yeah, I'm going to be doing a reaction to Unnerving YouTube videos too, and this time I'm very sorry that if you can't really hear what I'm saying or the audio is not good, is that just for just for today I'm going to be trying to be using or doing this video with my not Raycons but wired my wired connecting earbuds. But let's get right into it now.
Some of the most unnerving videos can be found on this very website. Videos that cause you to feel an unbridled sense of dread. Videos that make you keep the lights on when you go to bed just to feel a little bit safer. Although the term unnerving is subjective, I believe at least one video in today's episode will cause you to feel at least a little uneasy. And if none of these unnerve you, feel free to send suggestions to my social media linked below. With that being said, let's get into the most unnerving YouTube videos too. Memory loss can be a terrifying thing.
Yeah.
Even more mild cases due to aging can cause you to lose crucial memories. Deadlines can be missed because you forgot the date. Moments that formed you as a person, both large and small, could potentially be lost, never to be seen again. But what if there was a way to repair memory loss with modern technology?
How?
AMS therapy, repairing your
Ah.
memories, is a video from May 5th, 2021 by Mr. Chumbung Yalanis. Audio transcranial magnetic stimulation therapy, or AMS therapy, is a process in which the brain is cleaned out and your true memory is reformed. Think about how many things you experience day to day. Even if you never leave the house, you probably have to process thousands and thousands of small things throughout the day. It's likely that you have to remember a lot of things too, both short and long term. You may have so many memories that they get jumbled up. If so, you might be familiar with sensations of discomfort, confusion, and neural scrambling. This can lead to you forgetting faces, facts, family, and even yourself. The best solution for this is to put on headphones and unscramble these thoughts while you sleep. Simply put your disc into the player and place the headset over your ears before bed. Problem solved. When you wake up, you may have a memory that you don't recognize. This is for your own good, so don't worry about it. After all, you did want this therapy to improve your life, right? This is roughly only a third of the way into the video, and we're already presented with a simple yet terrifying prospect. Memory is such a familiar issue that I'm sure we've all dealt with in some capacity, and having a way to alleviate that would help a lot of people. But if the company distributing this cure has other plans, an entire society's memories could be completely reformed in order to suit one group's needs. There are no supernatural beings so far, and that's what makes this so much more real. The company, like any other, is running trials on patients of AMS therapy in order to test their memory capacity. The first phase of this test will play a series of images with an audio cue playing at the start and end of each section. If the cue doesn't play, the patient is to close their eyes, turn off their screen, and not listen to any further instruction. A series of images appears, first slowly and then more rapidly until they seem to almost be merging together. There's an eerie sense of tension here due to the lack of any sound at all after the initial cue. After a pot and pan are shown, a second sound cue goes off. The subject is to now be put into a machine, and afterwards will need to remember a corresponding face from part 1 every time they hear an audio cue. They need to remember it as accurately and detailed as possible. This section is skipped, but we're able to view the subject's test results. These are the images of people rebuilding their memory during the previous phase. Let's see what they got.
Oh. That's actually a movie.
So I think we can all agree that those images were pretty much identical to what we saw before. But really, this proposes a theory. Is this AMS therapy's ability to rewrite memory causing effects akin to dementia? These vague images with only a couple of features are very reminiscent of paintings made by those with dementia. Perhaps this causes the population to be easier to control, or perhaps those final images were much more close to a reality somewhere else. Virtual YouTubers are a pretty common occurrence, with VTubers regularly racking in millions of views. But a few years ago, this same genre was much more barren and experimental. In 2018, a virtual YouTuber called Nugumu released their first video.
Oh
It was very
yeah.
empty and dark, with a robotic voice reciting the lines of the virtual YouTuber. It was extremely off-putting
Uh-huh.
to a lot of people, including myself. Nextpo would go on to make a video about the channel, and subsequently the Nugumu saga ended on the western side of YouTube. However, while looking for topics for this video, I remembered this channel and decided to see if they'd continue to upload. Safe to say, I was not disappointed. Their most recent video is probably best described as a fever dream. I don't speak Japanese, so take everything with a grain of salt, and
Uh-huh.
if you do speak Japanese, this video will be linked below so you can have a better experience. The video begins with Nugumu in this odd position looking up at the viewer. The closeness of Nugumu combined with the completely black background gives off a feeling of being trapped with them. The fact that they're masking the Nugumu texture over their actual face speaking also gives a strong sense of the uncanny valley. Look at Nugumu's mouth. You can see human teeth inside. Nugumu's voice is also distorted, a much deeper tone following slowly behind the regular one. On top of all of this, there's also a distinct sound of someone crying in the background, and to think we're just a fourth of the way in. Suddenly, after repeatedly being approached by Nugumu, we're shown two types of very odd imagery. One scene shows a blank black and white area similar to the shady gray from the backrooms, while the other is an extremely distorted version of Nugumu themselves. Suddenly, in the middle of rapid noise and movement, everything stops. Now you can much more clearly think, and one thought likely crosses your mind. What's about to happen? Well, more of the same. After going back to the black and white room, we notice a figure now reaching up. Will it approach? Suddenly everything pauses again.
Oh god.
That same feeling of tension briefly comes
Okay.
back. But then yet again things resume as normal, playing a reversed
I
version
wasn't
of the
liking
intro.
it.
Well, until the screen goes black. We heard this voice clip before. Although I'm not sure what it means, it sounds like some type of basic message that an appliance will play if you forgot to close a door or something. As said before, if you speak Japanese, you can explain more of what's going on below if you want, or you can generally just dive into this channel because I'm sure it's much easier for someone who speaks the language. But that being said, the thing about fear and unease is that it doesn't have the limitations of language. Anyone can terrify you.
Mm-hmm.
Imagine finally achieving your dreams. Maybe you want to be an artist, play a sport, perform in some way, etc. Imagine if you finally were able to make it there, only to have everything ripped away from you. It's a very real and visceral fear that plagues a lot of us working towards or living our dream. Until you achieve a certain level of security, you're always walking on eggshells in a sense. Sadly though, some things just aren't within our control. In late 2019, a video called BHFS was posted to this website. It now boasts over 14,000 views and shows a field of cattle that have recently passed away. I'm sure for many that's already creepy enough, but the mood changes from creepy to downright unsettling or saddening when you recognize what's going on in the background. A man is wailing while another attempts to restrain him. He begins flailing on the ground, every ounce of sorrow, frustration, and pain flowing out of him as he sees everything he had is now gone. Many people theorize that it was likely that the man could have raised this entire group of cattle over years, constant hours of taking care of them, breeding them, and raising them with everything he had, just to make a living the way he wanted to. The cattle could have passed away for a myriad of reasons. Perhaps it was disease, weather, or even an issue with the food they were eating. Regardless of that, this section is an example of one of the deepest fears that we all have, a loss of control and stability.
Yeah.
Like many others in the comments, I also share the sentiment that I wish the man's info had been shared so that we could donate to him, but sadly, nothing as of now. As cliche as it sounds, whatever you have that you can be thankful for, cherish it, because some people are coming to terms with the very worst.
The sound of music. Okay.
Tons of people post song covers to YouTube. It's a way for people to showcase their talent while also covering a song that people enjoy. Considering how many song covers are posted, you can imagine that some may be odd. On May 8th of 2012, a video called Pinhead Singing exclusive video was posted onto YouTube. The video shows this guy lip syncing to an Elton John song while facing a very interesting looking mannequin that I'm not even sure if I can show. Obviously this mannequin covered in a red substance with bulging eyes and pins in its head is creepy, but I think another part of this video that really stands out to me is the atmosphere. It's very vintage looking. The camera quality looking like it's from around 2 decades ago or more. That combined with the wood paneled wall gives a liminal and empty feel to the entire experience. It's as if the person moved into a house in the back rooms or something. The mannequin head also moves around a little bit weird, but it seems like the contraption he's using to move it is homemade, so that's not really too off-putting. I really wonder what the motivations were to make this mannequin in the first place though. It could be something as innocent as a creepy art project, or it could be something as terrifying as it representing a deep desire.
A different type of food.
What if everyone stopped eating meat? Instead, what if they found a reasonable substitute that was even better than the original? Well, Life Meat is something like that. Meat Product, Life Meat, analog horror short film, was released on January 24th of this year. Thanks to Universal Food Solutions Incorporated, a line of meat substitute products have been produced that will allow the future meat supply chain crisis to become more or less non-existent. These are called Life Meat, meat made with no meat. They have variety as well, with flavors such as condensed turkey, chicken, red beef, ham,
Mm.
and pork. Sounds pretty cool so far. On top of that, the supply of life meat isn't limited, unlike the meat that some of us typically consume. But then again, the meat has to be made out of something, right? Actually, speaking of that, could this new substitute have any added side effects?
Ah,
Life meat and all related products have been recalled by the U.S. Food and Drug
mm.
Administration due to an outbreak of an unknown pathogen. The consumption of live meat may cause abnormal behaviors, occurrences, and deformities. Dispose of all live meat products immediately. For your own safety, as well as the safety of others, please avoid live meat products.
Let's pause on this newspaper clipping really quick. It says, Life Meat, a line of meat substitute products produced and manufactured by Universal Food Solutions Incorporated. The company behind Life Meat, a product that was once considered the potential cure to world hunger, is now under intense scrutiny and questioning by U.S. authorities after its products started a
Oh,
nationwide epidemic. Reports have been made of abnormal swelling, skin and muscle deterioration, mud mucus, and in most cases,
yeah.
severe illness and or death upon consuming life meat. Federal authorities and experts are now investigating what could be the cause of these strange, even deadly effects, with authorities questioning why this is happening now, almost 10 years after the product's introduction into the United States. And like that, it's right back to the commercial. This is the most unnerving part about this entire video. There's no actual cause, just room for infinite possibilities. We'll forever be questioning what exactly they were using that could have smelled and tasted like meat, yet caused these insane and life-threatening side effects. On top of that, the video itself has a decent bit of unnerving imagery, which of course adds to the creepy atmosphere. In conclusion, if you see a can of live meat, it's best you avoid it.
Yeah.
6996 is a video that was uploaded by the channel HMR Silence in August of 2016. This video's empty background, odd imagery, and distorted audio all work together to create an experience that I can only compare to being Gigas from Earthbound. I'd imagine this is what it looks and feels like to be one of his many faces, experiencing pure agony as the unstable nature of your existence continues to plague you. The description and comments don't hint at an actual purpose or meaning either, so this can be whatever you make it. Like the last video, I think that adds to the overall unsettling nature. Allowing the mind to wander and interpret the already creepy premise of the video in any way it wants causes the viewer to typically come up with much more intense and scary reasoning than the creator ever could have. For some, this concept alone is unnerving beyond measure. This is only a drop in the sea of YouTube videos that have been uploaded, and the millions of unnerving ones that we haven't discovered yet. Thanks for watching, and have a
Ah.
good day.
Oh, that will be for whenever I choose, or once again, if you all enjoyed my reaction to Unnerving YouTube videos by Girisco, please, maybe by chance, give this video 2 thumbs up, and I may I will continue on doing reactions to his YouTube channel and YouTube videos. And if you haven't seen my last upload, I will probably be leaving a link in the description, and I will see you all in the next video.